Hello everyone and welcome. Yes, the rumors are true, sort of. I was in the middle of working on a video picking out even more ZOEY details from the previous Tears of the Kingdom gameplay presentation when I was notified that Nintendo announced they will be releasing what they're calling the final Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailer tomorrow, and there may be even more than they are letting on, which I'll get to in a moment. But first, should I do a live stream and reaction for the trailer and everything tomorrow? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, I'll also be doing a 4K and 8K 60 frames per second up-resed version of the trailer using a great AI program. So look forward to that, followed by my video picking out all of the details that I can. And of course, you know we're going to be talking about this on Friday when GameXplain, Nintendo Prime, and Andres Restarts all join the Geek Apprentice and myself on Friday at 2 p.m. for our live Hylian Gamescast. So if you would like any of us to discuss any questions or topics you may have, please comment them below. The official statement from Nintendo of America's Twitter states, join us on April 13th, 7 a.m. Pacific to watch the final pre-launch trailer for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom live streamed on our YouTube channel. The trailer will be roughly 3 minutes long. Now, the rumor or leak was a Nintendo Direct focused on Zelda would happen on the 12th, would feature Amiibo. Now, for those of you wondering, the rumor or leak of a Nintendo Direct focused on Tears of the Kingdom, it stated a Direct would happen on the 12th, would feature Amiibo and a new look at the overworld, new gameplay, new features, story updates, and would begin at 10 Pacific, 1 Eastern. If you go by that specific rumor, it was true. Sort of. It's the 13th, not the 12th, though it was announced on the 12th, so I guess that's something. It's at 7 Pacific, not 10 Pacific, although this is still very close. And we know situations have happened where Nintendo has literally changed things last minute because of leaks just like this. Now, what I was saying earlier, as for it being more than a simple 3-minute trailer, as they mention, Nintendo has a history of saying things like this. Here's a few examples. One is how they will state, this Nintendo Direct will only focus on games releasing summer of 2022. Then mention games with release dates way off in 2023 or even up to 2 years later, which has happened many times. Even when they had 3DS games they were promoting alongside Switch games. At the time, they would have a Direct that would say it was only focusing on 3DS games, but then they would have a couple of surprises for Switch in the Direct towards the end. They always like to have these bonus little special things to surprise you. Well, not always, but 9 times out of 10, they do. Even last time, with the previous Zelda presentation, they stated they would have roughly 10 minutes of only gameplay with Aonuma. But then the presentation was over 10 minutes of pure gameplay. We had a couple of minutes of Aonuma, and a couple of minutes showing off the special Tears of the Kingdom edition of the Switch, when only Aonuma showing off gameplay was mentioned. So yes, we have a pattern of getting extra as well as recent events, which could hint to us getting more than just 3 minutes of gameplay. And here are my thoughts. I think this will be the final actual trailer, but I also think as we get closer to release, Nintendo will release what they call teasers or clips and some new screenshots or official artwork we have yet to see. Very similar to what they do with almost every other game, as well as both Breath of the Wild, its DLC, and even Age of Clams. With this specific trailer though, I think we will also be seeing what new Amiibo may do, and possibly even a DLC announcement. Although some part of me wants to think that the reason the game is actually $70 instead of $60 is because they were adding in the extra content that could have been DLC into the actual main game. Even if this is true, I still hope we get actual DLC later on, because I just never want my Zelda experiences to end. So more is always better. Why do I think it has more included than the actual main game? For one, the base game of Breath of the Wild did as well. Without having to download any updates, you could use Amiibo to unlock extra content. If you purchased the DLC pack and typed in the code, without downloading the DLC, you could still unlock certain things within the game. And yes, that is content that was literally on the game, but you had to pay to unlock it. At least that's how I remember it. Here's the thing though, Breath of the Wild was around 12 gigabytes, whereas this game is around 18 gigabytes. And this game probably has even better data compression than Breath of the Wild did, which if Breath of the Wild had that better compression, could have made that 12 gigabytes even smaller. maybe even below 10 gigabytes. So this Tears of the Kingdom in raw data is likely closer to twice the size of Breath of the Wild. It's insane, and I can't wait for it. Again, do you think I should live stream and have a reaction for the trailer tomorrow? Once more, I'll also be uploading a 4K and 8K 60 frames per second version using an AI program to upscale, so be sure to look forward to that, my video picking out all of the hidden details within the trailer, and our live Hylian Gamescast on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, featuring Andre from GameXplain, Nate from Nintendo Prime, and Andres from Andres Restart. Oh, and the actual video that I've been working on is about possible relations between the Zonai and the Twilight, with a bunch of stuff from translations that also back this up. So there's a little hint for everyone who stayed tuned until the very end. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and please, if you made it this far, consider subscribing and commenting below. It really does help us out. Hello everyone, I just want to say thank you for watching the video all the way through. Some of you have been asking, and yes, we still have shirts and other merch available at teespring.com. You can find a link in the description below. If you purchase one and send us a picture wearing it, we will give you a shout out and include your picture during one of our upcoming videos. Thank you to our amazing Patreon supporters, starting off with our royal family, Shadow to Us. On our champion tier, Justin Clark, Monica Spath, SOBERX. In the Sheikah tier, ANDREMOI, Joseph, Natsu, Wrecker1, Rusty Caulfield, Tremel. And in the Kokiri tier, Gene Pinna, Chad Costin, David Guthman, Candy, Disappointment, Gus Calvo, Zane, Lean, Lovable Christie, Mr. Monocled Metroid, and whoever this is only donated to hear Jessie speak my name. Thank you all so much. If any of you would like your name to be featured at the end of any of our videos, or to get a shout out at the beginning of our Zelda podcast, the Hylian Gamescast, and to have any of your topics or questions answered or turned into a full video to be featured here on our channel, along with many other things, please join our Patreon and help support the channel. Thank you all so much. Happy Halloween.